frigid Midwestern winter meets the pressure cooker of conference basketball. Today, it's Notre Dame and Clemson, two very familiar ACC foes, set to square off in South Bend.
Prosper's been incredible as far as their improvement this season.
Yeah, Prosper has increased her scoring average all the way up to 16. Trying to find an option in the corner. Hidalgo took it away. She's out on the break with Prosper. Here she is inside. Prosper lays it in, and Notre Dame is on the board. In the country, and Notre Dame forces the most in the country. Prosper the rebound. Up ahead for Hidalgo. See those numbers there. Hidalgo drops in the floater. She's on the board.
If you're Clemson, that's where you can get Notre Dame a little bit. Not a great rebounding team this year.
Augustineta drops in the mid-range pull-up. She leads the ACC in three-point percentage, but is also a shooter from other areas of the court. Hidalgo tries to tee up a three and missed it that time. Moore trying to push the pace after the miss. Good defense from DeJesus, but Moore drops in the banker.
High-level environment that Notre Dame has. You have to focus on today's matchup.
There's Ayanna Moore. She's been big lately for Notre Dame. Had 19 points in their last game, a win over Miami. Knocks down the mid-range jumper there. See her 10.5 points per game, her third on the team.
She can really dial it up at home, especially from outside.
Now this is the other Moore, Mia Moore, finding Augustineta. Quick trigger, misses short. And Hines has the rebound. Now it's Rose, little floater and a friendly roll.
To thinking that she's not a factor in the play, well, she always is. Even if she's in the area, not really looking, she's there.
Long range three that time from Moore, rimmed in and out. Hidalgo chases down the rebound. Thought about looking up ahead. Now she's on the drive with quickness and the layup. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Hidalgo with a screen from Cole, stops and connects. Gets the switch on Thompson. Got to get a shot off, goes inside for Cole. Spinning and scoring. The interior presence of Cole's pays off, and that will be how the first quarter ends. Well, it's interesting when you look at the comparisons because these are two teams that shoot the three-pointer very well.
Right, they've barely done it.
Augustineta right on cue. Augustineta, who's shooting over 40% from long range this season.
Yeah, wonderful job there by Raven Thompson to drive in a bit, draw the attraction, and
Clemson. Here she is on the pull-up. That's a tough shot. Thompson had the offensive rebound. Now it's Johnson Matthews from the outside.
So, Jack, that's 5 offensive rebounds for Clemson, and this time it leads to a second consecutive three-pointer. The Irish are going to have to correct that area of their game.
Hidalgo answering right away.
And they have great connection as the two guards up top for Notre Dame.
Here's Hidalgo off the screen. Mid-range pull-up is good. 2 in a row for Hidalgo.
To make that cut away from the basketball, and this is what you're seeing with some of these Hidalgo drives. You know, Clemson has got to...
Here's Hines now. Defended by Prosper. Nice feed backdoor for Moore, who lays it in. She finally got loose from Hidalgo.
Clemson to keep that to a foul on the floor. You see that cut again. You know, Hidalgo trying to take away that perimeter passing lane, and you know, if you overdo it a little bit.
Here's Moore. Outside, Johnson Matthews. Another steal for Hidalgo. 2-on-2 break. Moore inside. Prosper was alone for a moment. So key for the Tigers is Moore. She's their leading scorer, like we mentioned, while also being the team's real key perimeter defender. As Hidalgo moonball mid-range.
Good job of taking away her comrades offensively. Not much secondary.
Yeah, last note on Hidalgo, she's also assisted on 2 of the 3 baskets that she has not scored, as Coles scores that time inside. Finding Moore. Now off for Rose. Long mid-range jumper is pure. And Clemson draws themselves back within 2. Hidalgo again on the attack. Crossover. Gets deep inside. The right-handed floater is good.
Especially definitively, they're going to need somebody else to get it going too.
Both ends of the floor. And on this possession, same thing. Moore for three. Got it.
Outside, it's the first three for Notre Dame. It lifts the lid off this place a little bit. Not as if they've drastically upped what they're doing offensively, but it's the lack of Clemson's production, and it starts with the turnovers.
Johnson Matthews stops the run with a three-pointer.
Big one.
The switch with Prosper. Trying to find Thompson inside, who's got the smaller DeJesus on her. Notre Dame does well to recover. Moore for three. Got it.
Now let's see if Notre Dame can come up with something before the half expires.
No shot clock for Hidalgo. 5 seconds. Inside. Got it. Hidalgo extends Notre Dame's lead to 5. This is good if it goes. But that will be how we go to halftime, with Notre Dame leading Clemson 30-25. Entertaining last couple of minutes as Notre Dame makes each of their last 3 attempts from the field, but Clemson is right there following 2 huge three-pointers from Moore and Johnson Matthews. More after this on ACC Network Extra.
8 offensive rebounds now. All of the second chance opportunities. That's balanced out and negated a lot of the turnover problems.
Moore finally gets free and scores. Hidalgo picks it up in the corner. Here she is around the corner and laying it in. Working on DeJesus, the Duke transfer. Perriman for 3. That time airballed, but Thompson had the rebound under the basket. Now it's Rose. Perriman, same spot. This time it's good, and the game is tied.
Well, her calling card has always been the shot blocking, and Thompson finds a way to break her down. And then look at Augustineda.
Still tied. Notre Dame will walk it up with DeJesus. Now they run Moore off a screen. She gets inside and finishes. Coming off of 19 on Thursday, she made 4 three-pointers in that win. Augustineda for 3. Got it!
Be good in that area down the stretch and execute, like Coach Poppy told us.
1 of 4 from the line tonight. They turn it over here. Hidalgo out on the break. Got it. Inside. Hines got it. This is her 6th season of college basketball. She came over from Wake Forest as Moore lays it in. And Clemson now leads by 3. Niele Ivey needs a timeout. As Rose walks it down the other way. See there, this is Mia Moore's 15th game this season with 10 or more points. Clemson got Rose on the back door, and they lead by 5.
Yeah, Notre Dame's just got to get Kassan Prosper going down the stretch here offensively, especially if Coles is going to be out of the picture on the inside. Prosper's got 2 points. She's usually the Robin to Hidalgo's Batman, but
all the way across court. And Thompson nearly had it poked away by Hidalgo. Here's Rose. Thompson again, fouled and won.
Thompson has been a really underrated part of Clemson's ability to come in here and play the way they have today. 6 points, 6 rebounds, a couple on the offensive glass. She's assisted 3 times as well, so she's moving it around well, even with her inside presence, able to.
Rose, defended by DeJesus, gets downhill. Forced to take it back out though. Johnson Matthews for 3. Defended by Prosper. Here's Johnson Matthews now on the drive. Missed it short. Offensive rebound, Clemson. And Johnson Matthews puts it back up and in. Good feed to Rose, who tries the reverse layup and misses. Gets her own rebound, though. Clemson continuing to win on the glass. Here's Moore on the drive. Up and under. Tyler, how about Mia Moore tonight?
That's incredible. The quick-handedness, the body control to be up in the air in between a couple of defenders, Sanchez and DeJesus.
Pushing the pace in transition. Stops, Moore, open 3. Got it! It was this three-pointer that brought this building back to life, Tyler.
Great find by Hidalgo. The discipline to realize it wasn't there on her own drive. And then Ayanna Moore, she's hit some big ones. And that time left alone with the attraction to Hidalgo in the paint.
State before spending a year at Pearl River Community College, and now finds her way back to Clemson, where she gets her own offensive rebound and scores after missing both free throws.
Well, I was going to say make your foul shots, but if you keep offensively rebounding everything that is out there and getting to 20 second chance points, you're all right.
Notre Dame answers right away with Cass Prosper. There's the main three-point shooter for Notre Dame, Moore. She gives it up for Prosper, who gets home and lays it in. Clemson led by as many as 12. Sanchez gets the turnaround to go. Tough shot.
Yeah, and in Clemson's case, you have to find the balance between taking care of things offensively and not playing necessarily not to lose, and that's a good start.
Clock, Moore, walled off by Hidalgo. Drops it off. Thompson got it on the runner. The lead back to 7. Hidalgo finds Moore with a pump fake, drives inside and spins it off the glass. Wow.
Couple of fine buckets right there.
Clock ticking near 3 minutes. Both teams with 3 timeouts. It's Rose on the drive, and Rose scores. DeJesus able to stay in front. Now Johnson Matthews, been big all second half, and that continues here. She beats the shot timer.
You get a big bucket from one of your best, Johnson Matthews. I mean, look at this. The spin, and she creates her own space and nails it. What a play.
Zoniel. Oh, just shot thrown up here, and this is going to do it. Clemson will gut out a win on the road over Notre Dame. They take down the Irish for the first time in 5 years, and they've equaled their win total from a season ago